Hello and welcome back to another installment of Fodder, and today I want to talk about more teasers coming to Pokemon Duel. It is shaping up for June to be one of the best months of Pokemon Duel. Late last night, we got this little teaser. We are currently planning to hold a pre-tournament at the end of June. To commemorate the pre-tournament, we will be holding Duel Week events starting on the 1st, which is interesting. I'm having a hard time breaking that down. We know that the pre-tournament is actually not a tournament. It's rather just kind of a blitz. How many wins can you get in 2 hours for whatever time zone that they decide to hold? But then we'll be holding Duel Week events. So, like, is each week going to be something special, something different? I hope they don't mean like Silver Moon Hall because that's just not really an event. But yeah, so we've got events coming, and then we have these two little silhouettes, and the Pokemon people in this world have deciphered that on the red one. To me, as I'm looking at it, it's on the left, and maybe, yeah, so on the left is Mega Houndoom, and then on the right is Mega Lucario. So we can anticipate to see Houndoom come out, and then Mega Houndoom as well. So that is what those two silhouettes are alleged to be. Planned events. Support for intense battling. Finally, figures for those fearsome Pokemon will be available. Who? I don't know. Who are those fearsome? Figures for those fearsome Pokemon will be support. I don't know. Special daily booster tickets. A shiny Pokemon figure is coming to a gym event. I don't have the leaks handy from Reddit. But could that be shiny Metagross? I want to say that's the only shiny sprite that I can think of off the top of my head that we don't have in the game that was part of those leaks many moons ago. Pokemon Duel figures will get you stoked for dueling or assembling in time boosters. Maybe we're coming back with some kind of different special time boost, like the Sparkle boosters. I don't like. The translation on this is really weird, and they're being really vague. And so I would say we're going to get different kind of boosters is what that sounds like. Obviously, we're going to have a gym event. And, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and say that it's going to be a Steel, where Steel gets the MP move. I have no idea what's going to counter that. I just don't know my types and my type effectiveness against each other. But I would say it would make sense that for the gym we'll have Steel with the +1 MP, and then shiny Metagross. And you know, Metagross was kind of the OG counter to the Deoxys because it kept DOA from respinning. So maybe shiny Metagross will prevent figures from going to Ultra Space at all. I don't know. Maybe this shiny Metagross will be the counter to the Ultra Beasts. Special daily booster tickets is cool, and then the support, I don't know. June featured figures include abilities that cause battle opponents to become burned. So I'm thinking like Xurkitree. Just by battling Xurkitree the first time, you get electrocuted, you get paralyzed. And by battling either a Alolan Grimer or Seismitoad, you get poisoned. So it sounds like we're going to have a figure that does one of the two, except for it's going to burn. Abilities that increase the damage Fire-type Pokemon deal for each burned Pokemon on the field. That is very similar to Ampharos, where each paralyzed figure you get +10. And get ready to enjoy these abilities in a Burn Day party featuring EX Arcanine, EX Ho-Oh, and more. And that's all that we have. So, I've kind of gone over what I think, but let me know in the comments below. What do you think all of this means? And maybe it looks like a Steel Fire banner. is kind of what I'm taking away from this. So there we go. Pretty exciting news there. It looks like we could have a really good June, like I said before. And in preparation for Fire, I've thrown together this little deck, and as you can see, I won one and I lost one. Made a really, really terrible play in the game that I lost, where the opponent Solgaleo was confused, and I attacked it with with Arcanine, and of course, it rolled twice. So it rolled from one white on past the miss onto the other white, and really bad play on my part. But I'm excited for the Ho-Oh buff. I think Fire decks could be something. They're still going to have a truckload of miss, so anticipate that. How did you guys do in the gym? I don't remember where I stopped trying in the gym. It was some astronomically, for me anyways, good win ratio. I want to say it was in the neighborhood of like 18 or 19 wins per loss, somewhere in that neighborhood. But I decided to go with rocks and put rocks into the gym and then see what happened. And I have to say that the matchmaking was just so bad that I think I want to say that like I won 6 more in a row, and I had Geodude in my deck. And it wasn't because I was playing well. It was just because one of my opponents in monthly or in league rating was 900. So you can kind of see that the matchmaking was definitely not all that great. What does my opponent have? He does not have X speed, so we're going to throw our Litwick out here. I'm running X speed, double chance, scoop up, long throw, max revive, and the flame energy plate here. My opponent's got Magikarp, Combuskin. That's not really going to be a great matchup. We'll take our Altaria. Altaria is just going to play on the back row. And this is kind of the deck I'm thinking for running with the new banner that drops, if I get any of the new fire figures. We're going to go ahead and put Magmortar out. Obviously, a couple of these figures, like Magmortar, probably won't stay in. And Litwick, maybe not. We'll have to see what else comes out. If there is a figure that is going to burn just by attacking, then that's probably going to have a place in any kind of a deck that I decide to build. Wasn't real happy about that, actually. So we're going to go ahead and throw Moltres out. Remember, Moltres is going to get a sizable buff with the new release on the first. That 116 there will actually become 130. I'm going to get my Ho-Oh out. He will probably match up Ho-Oh with Zapdos, which is, you know, you really, that's pretty easy to decipher there. He will most likely just attack 102. Well, no, I do have the chain level on him. Ho-Oh is also getting the buff. Remember, the 104 is going to go to 130, and the 50 is going to go to 90. And I'm trying to decide. I'm thinking that Carmenite is not needed with Ho-Oh because there's really no bad roll. You know, the 130 with my Altaria will actually be 140. That's going to be a good roll. 90 is going to become a 100, so that's a good roll, and if it loses, it burns. Rainbow Wing is going to be good mobility, and the miss clears out my Poke Center. So I'm not thinking that Ho-Oh needs Carmenite, whereas Moltres here, you definitely want to shrink that 60 down. Like, seriously? He's going to land the Jet Kick? Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're just going to attack. I love it when my opponents get like the exact roll that they need. Like anything but the Jet Kick would have been fine there. Like anything but Jet Kick would have been fine there. And then he's going to go double Cyclone Kicks. All right, well, in that case, I guess my only option here And this will be the one time I'll roll my 120, and this will be the one time that he rolls white, because he hasn't rolled white yet. So he's due, and right on cue. Like right on cue. Just the exact roll that he needed every single time to... You just have to laugh. You just have to laugh. So that was pretty pathetic. My 2 losses have been for almost 100 points now. I think I lost 48 off of the previous game that I played, and then to drop another 41. So that's almost 90 points for 2 losses. And if you'll notice, the monthly rankings are insanely low. Soteris on my Discord actually ran the numbers, and the numbers for this month, as it is right now, are shaping up to be significantly lower than anything we've seen in a year, at least. Okay, so now we're going to go up against a rush deck. And, you know, rush decks are little to no fun, especially if you're not running. If you're running an Aggron, they're actually not that bad. You kind of break up everything that they're trying to do. But the good thing is they don't have speed form. And the bad news is that they have Rotom. And which Rotom form do they have? They don't have. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this isn't... I'm just... Like, this isn't spoiler alert or anything, but this isn't the best. This definitely isn't the best rush deck that I've ever seen. That's fine. We are going to long throw. I'm going to use Moltres here, because Moltres has the most survivability on the goal, because I could see him taking his Rotom and just surrounding my Altaria, if he so chose, which he did not choose to do. Okay, so now we're going to bring out Arcanine. He probably will go Mega. Okay, I obviously have no idea what my opponent is going to do. Now, if he just moves his Skyform back, I'm going to seriously consider just scooping up and surrounding. No, now he's going to go with the Mega Gengar. Okay. Interesting decision there. And he'll probably surround my Litwick. Oh. That does not matter in any way, shape, or form to me. So now what we're going to do is we're going to attack here first. Okay. Perfect. Yes, we are actually going to take that evolution. And Lampent's actually going to create some difficulties for him on his side of the board here, as long as I don't get knocked out on my very first roll with it. So I'm going to press forward. My next move is I can actually just slide over with Leo, because if he moves Aggron over, that's actually not bad. I will just hop over and a double chance attack back into his Aggron. I have tons of purple there that can keep me alive. He has Goal Block. That was a very, very interesting decision there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to threaten Goal, make him burn his Goal Block plate. He may max revive. Or Goal Block. Goal Block would be the better decision here, but we'll see. See what my opponent wants to do here. Looks like he's going to go after the Goal Block. Okay. Skyform. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to press forward. Now he's going to have to do something. Remember, I can always just scoop up and bring my Arcanine back. Okay, he's going to bring Aggron out. I'm going to go for the attack here. He's going to have the option to swap out into Zora. It's a tough decision, I guess. Hopefully that works. Sure. It actually wasn't an easy decision for me there, but I have less purple now, so if he wants to come out with a Zora, he can't cover goal with Aggron at this point. And so his only options are to attack with Rotom or with Zora. He has no X speed. I would say that he's in a world of hurt here. And that is not going to do it. So we are going to take home the victory with Chandelure. And I will say that fire decks look like they're going to be really scary in the near future. Just with Arcanine's ability to completely disrupt what it is you're trying to do. If your opponent, if your figure is burned, Arcanine can really mess up. For example, with Zoro there on my entry point, at no time was I all that worried because I could always scoop up and then bring Arcanine out, and then Zoroark is most likely going to roll miss because that 4 dodge that it has after its huge white cross counter turns to a miss. And then, you know, I can pass through it, it turns to miss, and then the segment is going to shift. So definitely a lot going on there. I'm actually gonna take Magmar out here up against Tapu Bulu. I don't know what I necessarily like there. Nothing's really a great matchup in this deck for Blaziken. But like Blaziken, as you saw in the first game, could just completely go ham and get every roll that it needs. We will go ahead and slide my Altaria over. I do like the combination of Altaria with the Moltres and the Ho. I like that. I'm actually going to throw my Litwick out here because I'd love to get a burn onto Lunala. I think Arcanine's a good one to match up against if we do have a burned figure coming our way. 120. I'm hitting for 114, so that's not great. You know what? I think I actually want to either get the Confuse or the Burn off here. I'm gonna get Ula Ula Wish. Not gonna take it. So we're gonna go one more time here. Confuse is good. We can definitely deal with Confuse. Now I don't want to attack with Arcanine into a Confused Bulu. That's not good. So you've done your job, but let's press our luck here. Because as long as you don't roll the 120, you're going to roll into a miss. I think the better play would be to move my Arcanine over one. 114 is going to be good against Grass Knot. So we'll press forward. My opponent has Scoop Up, Max Revive, Hurdle Jump, and Goal Block. So he's a little immune to status effects for a while anyways. Now he could make the error here of... Let's see what happens. Okay. I'm actually going to slide Arcanine over, which is going to give me protection against Bulu hopping over. That's all that is. Okay. I wish Crushing Flames actually... I wish Crushing Flames actually burned. Moltres could use some Carmonite. I'm going to back up here. I'm just going to try this. Oh, okay. That is even better. And the whole reason why I'm running Magmar to Magmortar is simply for the burn. I mean, this thing, look at it, it's level 1. So I didn't put any resources into this. But I figured it has a good chance of burning. And then Flame Gun can be a little vicious. Flame Gun can be a little vicious, I'm not going to lie. I'm actually going to just bring Arcanine out here, because the 120s match up nicely, and I'm actually going to get 130. No, not. Never mind. The 120s match up nice. And, you know what? I'm actually going to double chance this one. Kind of an interesting decision on my part to double chance here, but I just don't want to roll miss. As long as I get a burn off, I'm happy. That's going to be good enough. That's all I really, like, that was what I wanted to ensure, that I was able to get a burn. I'm going to have to max revive and bring out, and I very well may bring out Magmortar again, especially with a 3-star Flame Gun. And you have to be careful, because that Flame Gun will knock out your own player too. You know what? I'm actually just going to slide over here and attack this. I have a lot of winning rolls here. That's a neutral turn. I could, but I already used my double chance. I could go for cheese. We're going to step back here, go for the... Uh-oh. So that was not good at all. I will say, Litwick has rolled, as soon as he decides... Well, thank you. Litwick has rolled that 20 far too often. Far, far, far too often. He does have Scoop Up, though. I think I'm just going to go here. I still have my max revive. And that's fine. We can go over and play coverage. So I have my max revive and my long throw. I can max revive. I'm actually going to take my Ho-Oh because Rainbow Wing would be a winning roll. And he's going to cover that up. But what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to max revive. And then I'm going to long throw right there. Because if I can get a Flame Gun, I'm going to knock out both of them. His Lunala and his Tapu Bulu. Not anymore, but I would have. And then we're going to long throw. And we're going to go right here. Because if I get a burn on Lunala, then Arcanine should be able just to take care of that. We will go with the X speed. A little added insurance here to go after this Lunala with. Flame Gun works. That is completely acceptable. Now I'd expect him to move back with Bulu, and then obviously I'm going to attack. Oh, okay. Crushing Flames is going to be good enough. I'm going to take my Ho-Oh and just take over this entry point. I like what I see here in this matchup. The Cyclone Kick isn't a guaranteed win. And, you know, Wow. Cool, cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide Arcanine over. I'm going to let him try to decide what he wants to do. I'm actually pretty good with that, I think. I think we can knock this guy out. Yeah. Fairy Mist, that's unfortunate. He's got Carmenite into... Okay, stop. He's got Carmenite into this. Level 7, huh? Interesting, interesting. That's one good roll. One more good roll is a knockout there. And he does have Gold Block and Hurdle Jump left. I'm kind of thinking that maybe... That's interesting. I wonder if he's baiting me into jumping up here, but I took it. So now he has to move his Blaziken, or attack with Blaziken. Okay. It's kind of a wasted Hurdle Jump plate there. That's fine. That's fine. We'll slide Altaria over. All he has left is Gold Block at this point. Flame Gun is good. Alright, so now he's definitely going to Gold Block. Imagine Decidueye. Oh, risky. That's GG, boys. So look at Magmortar here. Won't see many of those. But, maybe Magmortar got the shaft. Maybe people have been wrong about him all this whole time. Not really. I still think that once the new figures come out, I think Magmortar is going to be one of the first ones gone. But as you saw, it didn't take much for Magmortar to be a royal pain and a couple of decent rolls. Nice, a Shuppet, a Zangoose, and a Rare Metal Art. So there we go. Exciting times. I'm pretty stoked about June. I think a lot of people kind of took this month off of playing the game. There were also a lot of events, and I think they keep adding in events, and that puts less significance on monthly, which I think is good. A lot of people said that there was nothing to do in the game, and so now they've kind of come out with a different event each week, and it looks like we're going to get more of that kind of stuff where weekends are filled with events, and then, you know, during the week is league play, and naturally if less people are playing in league, because whether they're getting their fill off of events or what have you, then it would make sense that league rank would be lower. Like I'm at 2205, and that's 300 and something, 321, and it's really late in the month. So typically you wouldn't see monthly levels that low. But let me know what you guys are most excited for on June 1st. And if you are in the States, happy Memorial Day to all our servicemen and women who gave the ultimate sacrifice for their country. It's kind of one of the most overlooked holidays here in the United States, where meaning has kind of got lost and it has turned into a official beginning of summer type event, when it really has a lot more meaning than that. So if you know somebody who gave their life serving for their country, and even if you're not in the United States, but you can still remember those who fought for your country. And I think maybe just a moment of silence for them is an appropriate way to say thank you. That's all I've got for today. So until next time.